Why are we not going?
Why are we not fire it up? Just there we go.
There we go. We did it. We did it.
Finally, it has begun. Got him.
All right, so we did it.
I have joined the league.
All right, we did it. We did it. So we should open it up to Twitch chat for what your first draft round will be.
Okay.
You know,
First round draft Twitch. What do I think? Whatever you guys choose, I will pick or try to pick in the first round of our LowElo draft. From then on, though, it's up to me. So tell me which pro player I should get for my fantasy team on the first pick.
You're obviously going to pick the first one mentioned, right?
No.
Yeah.
Whichever one is most unanimously, said, I will pick.
I don't know, man. I voted the odd one. I really think he's going places this year.
I don't know. The next person is saying, Froggin.
Yeah, Froggin's pretty good, but he's nothing compared to the odd one. I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you know this about the odd one, but he had a really good Season 2 performance.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he was even in Season 3, man.
Whoa! Yeah. Everyone's saying different people, though. I don't think this is a good method. If I could make... Oh, wait, hold on. Straw poll.
Who else is going to be in our league, dude?
Dude, I can't make it so it's just got open voting. I'm not going to list every pro player.
Oh, by the way, I gotta get my trash talking in. Gankenstein, you're gonna lose next week, man. Or this week. You're going down. I played him this week.
Oh, snap.
And he's gonna get crushed, dude. He doesn't know it yet, but he's going down. We got...
anything but that.
Dude, he is not prepared. My team is OP. Dominate is a monster. I got Froggin.
Oh, snap, this guy.
I got Forbidden. Like, this guy is not prepared.
Alright, let me rattle off my lineup here, since we got the Doggy Door Divers. Cali Trolls, Topic, Smithy, Ryu, Forgiven, Afro Shifter elements.
That's interesting. Okay.
I went with the most underrated guys that the people in my league would not pick.
Oh yeah.
And I've won my first game, so it obviously worked.
Confirmation bias.
There it is.
Oh my goodness. So, what do we have for pick bands right now? Ooh, is that a Corky Karma? I haven't seen either of those in a while. Corky's kind of fallen out of favor after that most recent change to his, I think it was his Q, where the projectile's a little bit slower. Really not that good. Karma is actually a Soulless Pizza special. He spams that thing. Pretty good at it too.
We played against the Karma earlier. She was chunking.
Did we?
Hard. Yeah.
I did. Well, I don't think I was in that game, was I?
Oh, no, that might have been. And I was playing Trundle. No, that was before. That was before India. My bad.
Yeah, I think that was the game. I don't know. We played
Trundle
earlier, but I don't think it was against the Karma.
That was with my friends KFC Noob and someone else.
Stretch, you play League of Legends without me? You cheat on me? What the fuck, dude?
Thought I could hide it.
What the heck, man? You didn't even try to hide it.
I don't know what to say right now.
Alright, stream, we're getting a divorce. Stretch is getting you half the time.
No!
Stretch will see you on Tuesdays.
No! No.
Yeah, pretty much, man.
That's right, I'm streaming with my new girl. Gankenstein's hot girlfriend. I'm just kidding.
She'll be too busy making out with her ugly boyfriend.
It's okay. She can cast while she does it.
Yeah? I'm not impressed by Kankenstein's making out then.
It's kink, you know. When has Kankenstein ever impressed you with anything before?
You're right.
You got me. Point taken. Argument over.
Alright, so... Oh my goodness, the Nurakan had her Janna taken away from her.
Oh snap! Has to pick up the Nami, which is a good response when you can't get Janna.
I like Nami as a counter to Janna. You're able to push her, not really push her out of lane if she utilizes her spell shield correctly, or her regular shield correctly, but it's a good matchup. Nami does lots of damage and has the ability to just kind of harass the AD carry out of farm. Really negates a lot of Janna's advantages too.
Very, very true. Tannen gonna have the nopiest of nope champions, Jace.
It's Tannen, dude.
Stand
That's
way far away, and if you have to run away, you've got 2 forms of speed boost and a knock away to do so. Just nope, nope, nope. See ya, flash.
Tannen, you know, I think I've seen Tannen on Jace once. He said he was going to show me his Diana skills after we talked about Diana last game, but he not taking the challenge, dude.
Yeah, decides to not do it. Seafood goes into the jungle, doing the Trundle stretch style with Ghost. I like it.
Ooh. Well, Trundle's, we were talking about, you and I were playing that Aatrox game earlier, right? Where you were trying to decide if that was correct. I think Trundle's a champion that doesn't have the same flash potential as Aatrox, so he is going to benefit more, similar to how Nasus needs to just stick on top of someone.
Right. So that is what I like. Also, it synergizes with Poacher's Knife, which I'm totally into right now. It's just like, I need these wolves. Bye-bye. You know what? On the way out, I need this grump. Bye-bye still.
Is that a Booba Fussy?
Exactly. You know what? Let me throw up a pillar and rotate back around.
Thanks, man. Oh, Poacher's Knife. Alright, so what do we think of, what is that? Rumble versus Jace. I imagine this is in Jace's favor.
Yeah, the auto attack range combined with that long range shock blast post is always good on Jace. Honestly, it could be Karma top lane. Both those champions can kind of go wherever they want and do pretty much fine.
Yep. That is very true. Let's see. Is that going to be a Morgana mid? Yeah, Jimmy the Slayer going with the Morgana mid.
Seafood in the chat saying, I just want everyone to know Tannen is the murderer of fun.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty accurate, actually.
That's about right, yeah.
Tannen is the biggest buzzkill I know.
If you're trying to have a good time, if you're trying to go ham in a normal game and just get the kills, get the dives happening, or just do some shenanigans, Tannen's the guy who's just like, you know what? No, I'm either gonna leave or not wanna do those shenanigans with you.
I think it extends beyond the game. I'm pretty sure Tannen just does not enjoy fun, period.
Exactly. It's like, Tannen, new Avengers movie's out. You want to go see it? No, I gotta, it's tax time, man.
Yeah, he's like, it's tax time. I gotta go do my taxes, man.
My W-2 finally came in.
Tannen, you wanna go get some hot dogs and watch a baseball game? Well, did you know that baseball is for capitalist pigs and hot dogs aren't kosher? And that I'm a vegan. It's like, Jesus Christ, Tannen.
Tannen, come on. It's like, you know how much gluten is in those buns?
It's like, God damn it, Tannen. I'm just trying to have a good time, invite you out, and you're noping the hell out of this one, too.
LowElo, or Emerald Team asking, who should I start as my ADC this week, Steelback or Altec? Dude, Altec went ham.
Yeah, Altec.
I would say Altec.
Steelback still hasn't proven himself. Give him one more week before you value him over Altec. I think Altec's just, with his LCS experience, I think he's a better pick right now. How'd you get little chat system?
Alright, 1 second, I'm gonna stand up, go grab my dinner, come right back.
Absolutely. I'm to stretch. What's for dinner, man? Oh my goodness. So, oh god, I'm alone and the keys in the car and my game is crashing. No. So. So I want to talk a little bit about this bot lane matchup. We have Vayne, Janna versus Corki, Karma. What do I think of this? I think this should probably, or I'm sorry, Corki Nami. This is probably going to be in Corki's favor in the early phases of the game. They have so much more trade potential. If Vayne can get out of this lane, let's say within 10 to 15 CS, she's succeeded. She just needs to get farm, try to get to the hyperscaling state. So she wants to not give up kills if possible. They don't need to be overly aggressive. They need to abuse Janna's disengage and just try and survive. Because otherwise, if she goes too forward at any point, she's going to eat a phosphorus bomb. She's going to eat a bubble and just get murdered. Just play back, get what farm you can, and you'll be okay. Looking at some of the other matchups, Morgana versus Jimmy, or versus Karma. I'm not digging the Morgana pick right here, just simply because Morgana's Tormented Soil was nerfed a long time ago, because she used to be like a Tormented Soil, wave clear and be done with it. And that's just not a thing anymore. It's really hard for her to harass through a minion wave, Dark Binding obviously having one unit collision, as in it only hits one target and then it stops, unlike the Lux Binding. So if you ever can't find an angle on Karma, Soulless Pizza is going to be able to just abuse Morgana. Though she does have the spell shield, she will be able to absorb a lot of Karma's damage. There is a lot of potential for Jimmy, and we have seen Jimmy succeed in a lot of matchups where he shouldn't, just because he's so good at the game. So I expect Jimmy to win this, or at least go even in this matchup, just because of his skill. I just don't like the actual champion matchup. That being said, we see Udyr versus Trundle. I imagine post level 6, Trundle can win the 1v1, but until then, Udyr is going to probably be invading and looking for a fight, as Trundle's base damages just aren't that great. And then in the top lane, we talked about that with Stretch. Let's see, here's one, Vander or Glebe. And Woolite or Maple Street. That's actually really hard. I'd probably play Woolite. Alright, so what do I think of... There is Spell Thieves on Janna, love it. Spell Thieves on Nami, love it. It needs to just happen every time. Rumble goes Dorns. It's a pretty interesting pickup. I think Cloth Armor would have been better. You're not actually going to get a ton of value out of the block, and you'd get more pots so you could actually stay in lane longer. Dorns might have been a really good second back. We see him stacking something fishy right now. Soulless Pizza just going to catch all the bindings in the world and go down. Good use of right there by Soulless Pizza, not burning his flash. He recognized he wasn't going to go down, so he didn't throw any of his summoners away. But that was a really nice play out of blue team. Corki trying to interrupt as many backs as possible. Oh my goodness, Vayne needs to go back right now. Spend her extra 400 gold. Get that longsword in. Longsword extra pot. That is how you win this lane as Vayne. You got to take advantage of your extra 400 gold right now, yeah. See, he pushes the back button. Good to see. Good to see. What else do we have? Jace went Dorans plus pot. Pretty good. Morgana is going mid like we thought. Man, solo casting sucks. Crap. Yeah, bot lane went back and shopped. We see some... I love it. I love to see this play, and I actually expect... That actually kind of changes my prediction right now, is there's going to be an experience advantage for Vayne. She's going to be able to just trade super aggressively. I would like to see them maybe fight at level 2 if I was Vayne Janna. Jungler is actually starting on the opposite side of the maps. We see Trundle starting on red side, Udyr starting on blue side. So they're not going to collapse or meet in the middle of a counter gank or anything like that. So that's actually probably in the favor of Trundle, who's just looking to farm right now, trying to get to that level 6 power spike. Soulless Pizza goes ham in the mid lane. Actually lands the tether onto Jimmy the Slayer, gets his full empowered Q down as a follow-up. Jimmy misses the binding there. That's just brutal. This is what Jimmy or Soulless Pizza needs to be doing. Just abusing the fact that he doesn't actually. Oh my goodness! Ignite comes in. The tether gets flashed by Jimmy the Slayer, but he's going to be in trouble as Soulless Pizza just barely misses the Q. Counter flash or Ignite comes in from Soulless Pizza. He flashes away. He should be okay as the pot goes down and he's going to walk away. Actually, Jimmy ended up winning that fight somehow. Really good dodge at the very end there by Jimmy to not eat that final lethal Q. So in the top lane, we see a 3 CS advantage. Tannen is pushing in onto Veyron. Trundle's still kind of just farming. Udyr went back and spent his money. I actually really like this. You spend your money and upgrade your jungle item as fast as possible. Try to get into that extra gold. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I wasn't watching. Soulless Pizza does manage to pick off Jimmy right there. Nicely done. What's up, Stretch?
I took way too long. I apologize for this.
It's alright.
The hunger is real.
That's fine. I understand. I'm hungry too, man. So what you missed is blue team did a. Is that a dragon we see? That is an early dragon coming out of Disrespect all right now. Oh my goodness! And his team isn't even coming to help. I think he's going to try to solo it completely.
Yeah, I think he can pull it off, honestly. He's got Smite up, and it's the Trailblazer, so he'll get off this dragon as he knocks it over. And this is going to be an early 4-minute dragon take, and I like the timing on this as well. Bottom one's very push forward, so no one can... he's not in any danger. And look at the ward control! And the enemy jungle, too! He would know exactly if someone was going to come through the jungle and get it.
Dude, I love it. Because we saw him, he got in just enough gold. He did 3 camps, and then immediately went and got his item and went straight to the dragon. Like, that was perfect play, man. That was so good.
Oh my goodness. You know, in pro play, they criticized, the value of early dragons in the game currently, but if you're going to get it for free, there is no reason not to do that thing.
Well, it's also different in pro play. Like, let's be real here. It is a completely different animal in pro play. In this game, in pro play, you're not going to see 5 dragon stacks very often, right? Mm-hmm. In solo queue, low elo games, it's much more doable, much more viable to try to force these early dragons, man. Hey, Compy's there.
Yeah, very true. Bottom lane Seafood getting a little bit stunned up against the wall from Torval and all the bits, and he's going to have to walk away from this team fight. He actually comes back through the jungle here, looking for a possible invade on the Krugs, but gets spotted out. Binding lands on the Soulless Pizza in mid lane. Jimmy the Slayer needs to get an auto attack in. Doesn't even need it. The minions finish him off before that auto attack connects. Good job there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm You down with that idea, Stretch?
Let me take a look here.
The old Compy curveball right at the end.
Alright, sounds good. Hey, there's an idea. Auto draft for all. Which...
That would be hilarious.
Auto draft.
I mean, unless Jeff is actually here. And then we know Gankenstein is here. Who are we missing? Are we missing Eric?
Jeff just messaged.
Yeah, I know. I think we're missing somebody, but I don't know who. LowElo, oh, not Caster Chat. LowElo podcast. Oh, jeez. All right, so, sorry guys, we've been trying to do the LowElo podcast draft for weeks now, but Jeff is a really, really busy man. So, it's been a little bit hard. Alright, so what else is going on in this game? This Udyr, man, even though he's stopped to do Dragon, is... Oh my goodness, Soulless Pizza actually gets more... Oh my goodness, Jimmy the Slayer is a monster! Even though Soulless...
Do you see that in the top lane? Veyron actually blind throws down his Rumble ulti in the brush, just predicting that Tannen's going to try to stand there and shock blast them, and it gets the kill.
Okay, so... I think I can link...
Get that man a link. Even if we're doing full auto draft, I'm still streaming it. The world must know what these teams look like.
Okay, one sec. I think we got... Which one are we doing? I don't know. Because the 6-man, I think we have everybody but Eric.
Mm-hmm.
And I like how we're just ignoring the game. Mm-hmm. I don't know what is going on. Alright, so I want to actually look at this game. Dude, Jimmy the Slayer has just been disrespecting Soulless Pizza. Disrespect all actually comes out, finds Fine Seafood trying to steal the buff. I don't think Trundle wants this fight, dude. He's gonna get the blue buff, but Bear Stance is real.
He actually doesn't get it. He gets outsmited by Disrespect all. He's a higher level, and he's gonna get chased down. Tanner shows up, throws down the gate. It's not gonna be enough to get Trundle out of the fight, as Veyron has also showed up with the Flame Spitter. And I think Tannen's probably gonna go down here. Yes, this is not the guy you want to give money. Veyron actually making a good decision to pick up the Seeker's Arm Guard early to negate some of that very, very famous Jace poke, but now I feel like he's free to go haunting guys into Sork Boots like your typical top lane Rumble will do.
Oh yeah,
and just destroy this team.
I think he's fine. He does not need to complete that zone yet, so I think he's fine with a single item. Oh my goodness gracious! So we see something. Two champions that actually don't need gold to be effective are actually ahead on the blue team. Rumble does not need gold to be impactful, and Morgana does not need gold to be impactful, but they're both huge. Jimmy's 2-1, Rumble's 3-0. I don't know what Red Team needs to do, but they need to find an answer, man.
Yeah, and this is super going to be super difficult for Red Side because, I mean, on the front line of this fight, you're going to have a Rumble and a Morgana running around, like we said previously. And then on the back end, even though Torval's behind in lane, he's still going to be Vayne, and he's still going to scale into the late game fantastically.
Yeah, I mean, oh my goodness gracious. The only concerning point for blue team also is like Udyr eventually just kind of doesn't do anything. Oh my goodness, Ignite comes down on Tan and he does knock away Veyron. He's going to be able to get out. Jimmy might be in trouble as the pillar comes down. Is there going to be a red buff application? Holy
red buff goes down, but a huge amount of damage there going on to Soulless Pizza, but Jimmy just gets annihilated.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Jimmy, he gave up first blood, or he gave up second blood actually. You weren't here for that.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy died really early to Soulless Pizza, came back with a vengeance, and just murdered Soulless as soon as he got back to lane. I don't know. Alright.
So, higher tier players typically do this thing where we, in general, just want to get the farm.
Yeah.
But lower tier players love to hit the other guy, and that upsets us when we die to that. And then when it does happen, we're like, alright, I'll have to play your game. And then we start hitting them, and then it doesn't turn out nice.
Yeah, I mean, but there is sometimes, you know, as a higher tier player, sometimes the best answer is to just show up and hit the other guy.
Yeah, like, a lot of times that's just what needs to be done.
I know whenever I play Sivir and I'm in a losing lane matchup, I will just show up and start hitting the other guy. I don't know who wins this 1v1, actually, or this 3v3. Is the Condemn going to come in? There it is. Nice double bubble, though.
Double bubble comes out there. Exhaust goes down to Corki, and the Nurking decides to save hers. And that's going to be good for future fights, since blue side did not get any results out of that exhaust usage. Uh-oh. But you're looking to sneak yet another dragon. Let me check the vision here. So, red side can see this dragon tank, I believe.
Oh no, oh no. Tana just goes down to Rumble.
Yeah. Alright, so bottom side of the map, Seafood shows up and stops Disrespect All from taking this dragon. Good Karma! Good Karma and Power Q comes out, destroying the enemy team in conjunction with the Phosphorus Bomb from Corki, and that's going to be an easy dragon pickup for red side. And 3 kills. That puts them well back into the game.
Yeah. Alright, so we do have 7 in our 8-man draft. Low caster chat. We need, what, 1 more? Alright, we could probably just give that to, like, Tannen or somebody. Or we could give it to somebody in the chat. I don't know. So, yeah, this is, that was the team fight that red team needed. That actually kind of stopped the hemorrhaging. That leveled out the gold quite a bit. Corki getting that triple kill. So, and there's that 20... Like, Corki's already able to run over this Vayne. I really, really am excited to see this game.
Oh my goodness. Seafood, you're doing it wrong. You're making my poacher's knife look bad. He gets caught out in the jungle here.
Oh no, Jimmy's there.
Oh god! Binding lands and he just transfers, what is it, blue buff? Yeah, blue buff over to Morgana. This guy. He's trying to make my poacher's knife look good, but he's doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong.
Oh my goodness, dude, this is so funny.
You gotta actually smite it if you're gonna use Poacher's Knife. Uh-oh. Ulti coming out from Jimmy the Slayer there. They bind each other, but it's gonna be Jimmy who comes out on top. Reconator gets almost knocked up from a tornado. The Condemn actually pushes him away. Torvald is deciding to disengage this, and all the bits just gets left behind. Wave comes out from Nami, and it's gonna be the missile barrage from Reconator trying to pick up the last little bits of damage on this kill. Flash forward with the slow from the Tidecaller's Blessing coming out of the Nuracan to try to last hit this kill, but Janna is moving a bit too quickly for them to catch up to, and that is why Janna is really annoying to use.
Yeah, Janna is. That's why I ban her.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. So what? Oh god. All right. So. One second, boys.
Oh, this chat is progressing. I'm not even looking.
Yeah, sorry guys, we've been trying this for 2 weeks. So this is for the podcast. Giraffe. Okay. Alright, so I think they're just going. Alright, so Solus Pizza gets dove by Jimmy right there.
Yeah, Veyron up in the top lane. 1v1 against Seafood. Seafood's going to get way out damaged here. He just does not have the damage output right now to 1v1 this Rumble, who is very far ahead. Binding comes out of Morgana in the mid lane, just destroys Solus Pizza.
Oh my goodness, yeah, Solus Pizza, I don't... This is rough, dude. This is a really funny matchup, but Jimmy is just handling Solus Pizza. Oh my goodness. So, we see... kind of half build coming out of Jimmy right now. He stopped going for the Chalice to get the Armor Guard, and then goes back to the Chalice. Interesting.
Yep.
Alright, so I think we're auto-drafting automatically. Yeah. How is Gankenstein going first again? Alright. So, let's take a look. How we have... I feel like we're doing such a bad draft this game.
It's just not good. Veyron up at the top lane looking for the aggression onto Tannen, but Tannen's going to be able to scoot away out of that one. Nice and easy.
Yeah.
Alright, so suddenly Eric shows up in the chat of this fantasy draft.
I'm just...
They're just all so coordinated. Why can't
feel
Jeff pull up the fantasy draft on a side screen of whatever he's working on and just draft real quick?
I don't know.
What is he doing that requires his full attention? It's an all-nighter. That means you have 8 hours time to do whatever it is you need. Oh my goodness. Top lane, Tannen gets completely doped by Disrespect All and Veyron. They just knock him over nice and easy.
Wait, what? Okay, yes. Oh my goodness. Alright, so...
Alright, so we are not auto-drafting.
We are not?
Is what I understand, because... Oh, wait, no, maybe we are. I think that was an auto-draft. Compy says we're not auto-drafting, and he's also frustrated due to his own inability to show up to things which are previously scheduled, so... I don't know why he's frustrated. It's his own darn fault, and I won't stand for it, honestly. I won't do it.
Okay, I'm picking. I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm sorry, Compy. I'm sorry that we're streaming and trying to draft at the same time, and we can't understand.
After
we
this
can't
game,
read your mind.
We're switching over to the draft. We're gonna show these shenanigans and expose the dark underbelly that is LowElo Podcast.
God bless. Why don't we just add? I'm just gonna add Compy to the call. I don't care. I'm doing it right now.
Yeah, do it. Get him in here.
I'm getting him in here. All right, I'm just gonna add Compy. It's just gonna happen.
I'm gonna ask him. Do you think you value your own convenience over your friends' time with your friends? Because that's what this is. Why are we not waiting for Jeff?
Okay. Oh my goodness. All right. I'm not trying to harass Jeff right now. Like, that's the last thing I want to do. I know he's busy as heck. I'm just frustrated at Compy. I don't know what's going on. Alright, so if Eat Crowns goes for Forgiven, wow, he's number 3 right now? Holy crap.
Yeah.
Alright, that's fine.
Alright, so first seafood, you're going to take out a dragon here along with the rest of red team. Easy pickup, they're going to get that tower destruction buff. Binding comes up from Morgana off to the side, but it doesn't land on anybody. And honestly, I've given up all hope on this fantasy draft, and I'm just going to continue to pick my things and not say a word.
I think it's technically an auto draft. I think we've all just selected number 1 so far, so it doesn't matter. Dude, Forgiven was moved up to number 3. Holy crap.
Dude, Forgiven did really well. So I can fully understand that.
Yeah, well, he was like my last pick. I was like, I guess I'll take a gamble on Forgiven. I haven't seen him play. Holy crap.
Yeah, he's the man.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm glad I gambled on him. Because I picked Freeze, I think, as my first round, or as my first AD carry. I decided to gamble on my ADCs. Alright, so in the top lane, Tannen gets bopped by Veyrun right now. I don't think he has his ult. I don't even know what's going on. The ult comes down, nice hit. Nice Zonia's too. That interaction is so busted.
Yeah, it really, really is. In the meantime, I need to figure out which ADC I need to pick for my pro team here. And
you want to pick? Let's take a look. Who's up?
I think I'm getting Altec.
Unless Altec got picked by you, yeah.
Yep. Alright, so back to the fight. Bottom lane 1v1. Torvald tries to go in on Reckinator, gets annihilated.
Yeah, man, that was a little rough. That's what you expect, though, out of Corki when he finishes his Trinity Force. That's such a mid-game item. You just expect it to annihilate anybody. Fox gets picked by Compy. So, I just don't understand what's going on. Alright.
Alright, so we're auto-drafting, is what they're telling me now.
That's fine. That's fine.
That takes away half of the fun.
We can trade later, dude. I agree, but we can trade later. It's cool. It's cool. Because this way, at least, you know... This way, Jeff... I don't know. I don't know. We'll discuss it later, off camera.
Yeah.
Off camera. Let's try to get our mindset. This wrecked my mindset for this game so badly.
It did. I'm closing it. I'm just gonna let it pick for me. I'm closing the draft.
I don't want Phoenix, but I gotta auto draft him. Crap.
Yep. All right. So let's see. Blue team's a bit ahead, 300 gold lead, but they're up about 4 kills, and Jimmy the Slayer is pretty large at the moment. This binding's going to do a huge amount of damage to Soulless Pizza. He goes in with the Soul Shackle. Second proc does land, and actually Soulless dashes out, flashes out, and the Hurricane is there with the heal to get him away. Flash port from Torvald. Will not pick up the kill because of well-timed exhaust. Binding comes out, flash over the wall to dodge it, and actually they pick up a kill on Jimmy the Slayer from over the wall with an empowered Q out of Karma. Tannen Kinslayer shows up in the fight, but it's going to be Reckinator who picks up the kill onto Vayne. Torvald gets bursted out there. Tannen now hunting for an additional kill, fires up a well-aimed Shock Blast, which hits on the back of Disrespect All. Udyr will have to walk away and go back to the base. Oh my goodness. Red team with a huge amount of pressure is going to push up towards this mid lane and get a good amount of damage done on the turret. Rumble has shown up. He does have the equalizer up, but he does not want to go for this. Veyron gets bubbled up along with all the bits, and both of them go down. And honestly, this could be another turret push coming out of the red team. Some of these minions have been taken low due to that ulti coming out of Rumble, but it's not going to be enough damage as we see Seafood, Reckinator, and Tannen just crushing that turret with all that AD.
Yeah, I really like what we're seeing out of Red Team right now. They recognize they were losing the laning phase. They were losing the 1v1s and the 2v2s. Morgana, Rumble were so huge. Sure, Vayne was losing, but so what they did is they decided to stack Tannen and stack Corki, just siege down the towers. They had one thing we didn't talk about is they have a sick siege comp. Karma poke, Corki poke, Jace poke. Trundle does pretty good at disengaging from it too, so he does provide quite a bit of additional power. Soul Shackle comes in at a fresh seafood right now. I don't think he'll die here, as long as he decides to turn tail and run.
Yeah, Seafood throws down the ulti and thinks about fighting Jimmy the Slayer there, but decides, you know what? I'm just going to walk away, and that's a smart move on his part. I like the cooldown reduction build he's going. That's going to allow him to put up more pillars, which is just going to clog up the team fights and get more ultis down. That ulti, even without a lot of cooldown reduction, gets so low. Soulless Pizza gets bound out by the Dark Binding, and it's going to be Tormented Soil doing a good chunk of damage here. Reginator actually Valkyries forward, but only gets about a small amount of distance through. Disrespect all lays about just enough damage to take out Corki, along with that Tormented Soil from Jimmy the Slayer, and blue team's going to be walking away. All the bits very, very low.
Tannen activates the Nope in the top lane and manages to Jace Gate away. Really interesting duel in the top lane. I'm surprised. I mean, I guess when you have enough gold, it doesn't matter, because Veyron is just running over this top lane, dude.
Yeah, he got that early lead, and since then, I don't think there's been anyone who can really hold him down. It's been him when he's been mispositioned and getting bundled up. That's really caused him a problem. The Condemn actually hits one of the mini chickens, and Seafood is forced to run away from this fight. He is given the opportunity. The chickens have blessed him. Binding comes out from Soulless Pizza, but Heal from Torval is used in order to gain enough distance to break that binding. Dark Binding lands onto Fresh Seafood from Jimmy the Slayer. He's trying to disengage here. He will be able to get away, but now it's going to be Soulless Pizza who's got to turn tail. Dark Binding comes out and lands, just cutting the corner of the back end of the Dragon Pit. Soulless Pizza does some good damage to all the bits before going down, but he will end up getting taken out.
Yes, he will. My goodness, this is... I don't know what to say about this game, man. This is because you see, the strong players are so good on the blue team. If the Veyron comes in right there, does find the angle, takes out Fresh Seafood. I don't disrespect all goes down too, but Jimmy's there. Is Jimmy's ult up? Jimmy's ult is up. I'm kind of surprised they didn't try to fight it with as much splash damage as possible, but good disengage coming out from the blue team, or from the red team right there, just scaring everybody off. They did pick up the dragon as well. Veyron's going to go down to 10 right now. He gets his revenge finally.
Bunny comes out from Ginny off the side. I think he hesitated to go in there because he does not have the Zonia's Hourglass, which would allow him to avoid a large portion of that damage. But right now, he's going to just be relying on pretty much base health stats and a little bit of armor in order to survive that fight. And I don't know if he felt confident that he could last that long.
That's true. I mean, they were low enough, I figured a 2v3 might have worked, but I understand without the Zonias if you put it into that context.
Yeah, and Rumble was already fairly low from the fight as well, so he only needed a couple auto attacks to really get taken out. So Jimmy just taking it the more safe route. I think a little bit of risky play could have warranted a couple kills there, especially if he landed a Dark Binding on top of some Tormented Soil. He's got enough damage built right now to where a Dark Binding would just destroy... It will pretty much destroy anyone. But he's got to be able to land that, otherwise he's in a bit of trouble.
That's one of the problems you always see with AP Morgana, is she lives and dies by that skill shot. If she does so much damage if it hits, but if she doesn't, she just does not add any value.
Yep.
Which is extra, you would say, well, doesn't that count for support Morgana too? Yeah, but you don't have 10,000 gold sitting on your support Morgana. Like, it's not as impactful in team fights.
Right. If, support Morgana misses some stuff, no biggie. But if mid Morgana misses it, you're missing 33% of your damage, and that's not good.
It's not good at all. That being said, it's hard to miss your Soul Shackle. And that's how AP Morgana's play is. They get that Soul Shackle, and then they go straight for the binding once the target's either slowed or snared.
Yep. So dragon count for the two teams is sitting at 2 all around. Red team really looking to where they can go next and utilize their gold lead. I know that they feel like they're ahead, but they need to realize that with this comp, they cannot hard engage straight away. They need to get significant poke down, and even then, you cannot be near this Rumble ulti. If you are in the Rumble ulti for more than a second and a half, your health bar will be annihilated. Shock Blast lands onto Torval, and it's going to force him to back up quite a bit and get under this turret. Binding lands onto Tannen Kinslayer there, and no Dark Portal or Tormented Soil goes down. Good disengaging pillar goes down from Trundle, and that's going to prevent blue team from really getting a solid engage here.
Yeah.
That Rumble ulti is now down, and honestly, if they spend just a little bit of time healing up with their Nami, they can be in a good position to get a good team fight down. Ward coverage from this side lane, Chicken Brush, is going to allow Jimmy the Slayer to throw out some dark bindings, but they won't land onto anybody. And now Red Team's looking for it to engage. Disrespect All gets pillared in place and kind of gets confused as to what just happened to him. He stands still for a second and ends up going down right away. He might have gotten caught in the middle of the minions as well.
Yeah, that was a little rough, a little awkward. Usually the AI bugs out when your pathing gets caught out like that because your AI takes a second to recalculate. But we're really seeing why in the past Trundle was such an integral part to disengage comps. You used to see like Janna plus Trundle in any sort of Jace comp, just because that spear disengage or that pillar. Oh my goodness, so pizza picking off Vayne. But Trundle has so much disengage with that pillar, man. It is so crazy.
Yeah, you also see it with the disengage / siege comps because the pillar slow allows you to line up a lot more of your long range skill shot poke a lot easier. Not only slowing movement speed, also limiting the areas they actually have the option to run. So it makes it really a lot easier to land Jace poke, Nidalee spears, all sorts of stuff. Red team going ahead and trying to pick up this dragon. They do not have their karma, which is a significant amount of their damage. Rumble ulti is up here. They need to disengage immediately. A good Rumble ulti placement tags about a little bit of the team, but like I said, if you stand in that thing for more than a second, you will be annihilated. Rumble does get taken out by a huge amount of burst damage from red side though, and they will be able to disengage without anyone going down.
Yep, I mean it's just that far poke, that far siege out of red team is so much. If we don't see perfect engages coming out of blue team, then they're gonna just get kited out and die. Poor Rumble found that out the first-hand experience. Look at that.
Yeah, this is about the time where you want your Janna to play a little bit more aggressively. If you are the blue team, they should realize that if they can get in, they will win the fight. If everyone's at 100% health, and blue team gets to somebody, most of the time they will win the fight. Over by the Gromp camp, though, Fresh Seafood fighting Respect. Oh, he smites! Oh my goodness, Respect tried to smite the Gromp for a little bit of additional HP, but Fresh Seafood, what he did there was he positioned himself on the opposite side of Udyr with the Gromp on the other side of him, so Udyr was forced to take additional damage from that camp in that 1v1 fight. So that was beautiful positioning. Yeah,
that was intelligent play, recognizing that he could get the additional damage required to just get the Gromp to work for him whenever you can, like aggro the dragon, aggro the neutral camps, and then just kite people around them, because you will do so much extra damage that people aren't thinking about.
Very true. Dragon going to spawn here in 15 seconds, and that's going to be the one that really tips the scales as to who's ahead in terms of these dragons, as well as just map pressure overall. That movement speed is going to allow these teams to either, for blue side, give them the little bit of movement speed they need to get into these fights, or just allow red team to solidify their lead in terms of their kiting comp, and just make sure that blue team's got almost no chance in terms of catching them as long as they dodge these dark bindings.
That movement speed is so critical for both teams right now. We do see blue team or red team getting it right there. They just need that movement speed. Oh my goodness, this poke.
Yeah, a huge amount of skill shots missed, but honestly, had any of those landed, that you would have seen the chunking come out. It's interesting that we're seeing this because I don't feel like blue team's really itemized to sustain against any of the poke that comes out. And there's a bit of armor to help against the Jace poke, but Jace is pretty much going to have... He's actually already got Last Whisper, so that doesn't even matter too much. People need health. They need magic resist to help against this karma. I do like the pickup of the spooky ghosts on all the bits, but if they're going to go for something, this would be the place. You want to fight in these tight corridors with your Rumble, get the equalizer down, and then force people to stand on that thing for as long as possible.
Yeah, I mean, first there needs to be a locket on this team. Somebody on this team needs to find a locket. As Tannen does nope out of the soul shackles from Jimmy, Jimmy might actually be in trouble right here, as he kind of has to run out at an awkward angle. But you need a locket, because there is so much magic damage coming from the red team. Karma does magic damage, Corki does magic damage, Trundle, I think his ult does magic damage. I'm not sure, but the important thing is you need that AoE MR just to spread out and help protect your team. And it's such a good investment. Every single time you can afford Locket, it's probably the right item.
Yep, very true. And honestly, Red Team's got 2 lockets in the works right now. Trundle has his already finished up, and it looks like the Hurricane's already got the Aegis. Looking for maybe another locket on the back of that. Disengage comes out from Trundle for the Red Team, and it's going to be Gianna who uses the ulti to push the enemy towards her Rumble where the Equalizer's been placed, and because of that, so let's now Blue Team's looking for a chase. They're not going to be able to catch anyone here, and honestly, they don't want to go too far because they're going to be just walking into so much poke. Jimmy the Slayer gets taken down low. Spooky Ghost did come out, but it wasn't something that they wanted to get in on. Disrespect All shows up, but Seafood is huge right now. He's throwing down a lot of damage onto Veyron. If he can get a kill here, he can finish, or he can heal for a huge amount. Tannen takes out Vayne in the middle of the fight. Veyron turns on to fresh Seafood, but that Trundle passive is doing so much work for him. Even though he was ignited there, once again, he heals for another 134 health on that kill on Morgana, and that's just where he wants to be at.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a poke comp at work, dude. Like, the Blue Team tried to fight, and they just got kited backwards. They ate all the Jace shock blasts, all the empowered Qs coming from Karma, and when they had been softened up enough, we just saw Red Team go for it. They just turned around and said, okay, yeah, we actually do want this fight. Let's do it.
Yeah, definitely. Oh my goodness, Trundle passive is beautiful. Look at him. Every time a minion dies, 40 HP.
Because, you know, that's
just for
just
being
for
around.
existing. Yeah, just for being there.
Good job, Trundle.
We do see the Frozen Heart coming in onto Udyr, which I love. We just still need to see a locket. Yeah. I don't care if Udyr or Janna get it at this point, but somebody needs it.
Yeah, it's a tough position at this point, and that's because Janna just does not have the money to really afford something like that. Udyr as well, both of them are kind of starved for money. 10k at 34 minutes is all right for Udyr, but honestly, they just need a lot more money right now. Actually, you know, gold this entire game isn't that high for everyone who's here. 10k is not that far behind his counterpart. He's only about 100 gold behind Trundle, but at the same time, he's sitting on like 60 more farm. Top lane, Tannen gets caught out by Veyron. Flame Spitter comes out, and he's going to just jump onto him and knock him away. Good Shock Blast disengages is going to allow him to get away from this fight, but the KT Sneak is coming out from the blue team here, just using their laners to distract the enemy team while they go for a sneak Baron play. And honestly, the rotation from red team's a little bit too hesitant and sketchy for them to find out that if the Baron's actually been done, it's going to be a little bit too late as they throw that ward over the wall and figure out that they've been duped. And the Baron's already gone.
I love the pickup from Blue Team. That shows that is a sign of life from Blue Team. I was starting to worry they weren't going to be able to do much else in this game, but this Baron should help them, at the very least, survive the siege and might be able to... These super minions might be able to protect them a little bit from like the shock blast and stuff to allow them to hard engage, but it still doesn't solve what their core issues where they need Vayne to have gold. They need to find the right angles to get on people.
Oh my goodness, as we speak on Vayne, Hurricane lands a great bubble on Vayne underneath the bottom lane inner turret. Veyron shows up looking for some damage, but just clears out the wave using the Equalizer and Flame Spitter here. Blue Team's going to be on a timer though as to how long they can hang out in this bottom lane. That mid lane, let me check it here. Yep, does still have a super minion that's going to help push these this wave in. So honestly, red team can afford to siege here. They've got the long range poke. They've got a good amount of AD to really take this turret down quickly, and they can stay here for as long as they want, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, what we're seeing now, like, this Blue Team played well. They had a huge lead in the beginning. The two solo lanes were huge. They had, I think, 2-1 and... No, it was 3-1 on Rumble and 2-2 on Morgana, I think, in the early 15 or so minutes of the game. And it's not that Blue Team started playing poorly, it's that ultimately Red Team executed their pick, or not their pick comp, their poke comp correctly. And Udyr's just not a champion. Jimmy's not on a champion. None of these champions on Blue Team can really handle the poke comp. Like, the only way Udyr can get someone is he has to run at him, and he can't do it against this other team.
Yeah, if they're going to send in Udyr, they really need to get him into a flanking position. Honestly, they don't have enough vision denial to make that happen, though. Udyr and Gianna do not have any upgraded sweepers. Top lane, Trundle's been split pushing this entire time. He tries to ghost away from Vayne. I don't know if he's going to be able to get away, though. Bottom side of the map, red team's going to be able to force in pretty hard. They should feel very bold to go ahead and get this turret Equalizer is up for Rumble. They're quite well grouped, and as I say it, they actually decide to go in for the fight. Good Zonia's Hourglass comes out from Veyron as well. He has now silenced himself since he's overheated. Tannen Kinslayer picks up the kill onto all the bits, and they're going to look for one more on Veyron. Soulless Pizza walks up, does pick up the kill, but they actually kill him themselves in the process, and now it's going to be 2v1 for this bottom side of the map. Rekinator and Tannen choosing to walk back slowly. They do not want to tango with Jimmy the Slayer too much, as he's actually got some significant healing going on from that Spell Vamp passive. He's actually staying full health quite nicely here.
Another tower goes down. I mean, yeah, Jimmy does okay wave clear. Tormented Soil just doesn't do the base damages though to completely snipe out an entire minion wave. But the Baron buff does assist him to push the rest of Red Team off of the tower. Disrespect All is in the top lane while this is all going on. I'm going to easily pick up an outside tower, so that's a good play. I just don't know, man. This game, we see in the 4th dragon come down for Red Team. I think they're fine with that. I'd be fine with that trade. I'd give up a tier 2 tower for the 4th dragon of the game.
Very, very true. Red Team going to go ahead and pick up this blue buff and stack it onto Corki. Probably the best option. Actually, Karma's a good option too, but she's got a tier already stacking up. She's going to be sitting nice on that on that mana. Corki's going to be able to now spam pretty much as many rockets as he wants to.
Yep. I'm just sitting here, like, this game isn't over, though. Even though there's a 7k gold lead at this point, at this phase of the game, it's not over for Blue Team. All they've ever needed is just a single Morgana Binding to hit the right person. If they get a Morgana Binding onto, probably Tannen. If they snipe Tannen down, then they can, like, flash Soul Shackle forward with a Rumble ulti and just completely murder Blue Team.
Yep. Oh, Binding actually lands over the wall onto Tannen from Jimmy the Slayer. That Nami heal did quite a bit of healing there. Narcane's got a decent chunk of AP under her belt now.
Sure does. I mean, she did end up going for that fully completed Frost Queen's claim, and she's gonna get, I think that's gonna be a Spooky Ghost for herself.
I think that's either Spooky Ghost or Ardent Sensor.
Oh god, that's right. She does build that item.
Narcane loves Ardent Sensor.
She sure does.
I think that's her favorite item for sure. Seafood gets bound out here. Torvald going in for some damage, gets poked out to oblivion. Veyron is actually caught out now, thinking that his team was going to go aggressive. He gets the Rumble ulti off before he goes down, though, and Tannen gets stuck on top of that Equalizer. Jimmy the Slayer in the middle of the fight trying to get the Soul Shackles down on the enemy team, doesn't get it, and Tannen walks in for the crit, combined with the Manamura. He just does so much damage right now. Disrespect All is trying to split push, but will not be able to do anything here. And I don't disagree with that choice to split either. I don't think that if he was there, he would have been able to do too much more than what just happened for Blue Team. And honestly, utilizing his ability to crush turrets is probably a good move.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, oh my goodness, but that is going to be the game. Udyr wasn't going to do anything at this point in the game. He needed to be somewhere else on the map, pretty much.